5 red lights here at Jeddah. And it's prime time in Saudi Arabia. John Manning gets a pretty decent getaway, but Max Link's behind him, gets a better one, and John Manning already banging wheels as they come down into turn 1. It's 3 wide between the Red Bull, the Williams, and the Williams already having a bit of a moment. He drops down to P3, so Minecraft trying to capitalise. There's a ghosted Red Bull, and it's Max Links again with another lap 1 incident. He's now dropping all the way down the order, but out in front, Elias is clear. The Sebainkro has also had a moment. I wonder if he skateboarded off the track. He's now dropping down to P9, and Jakob Hoffer is all over his rear end. I wonder if he's just sent one up the inside there, just having to back out, but Sebainkro looking to send his own up the inside of Kevin Gerding, now side by side through sector 2 here. Sebainkro backing out, but out in front, already a second lead for the Ferrari as there's chaos at turn 1. Liam Boot is out of the session, and this is a virtual safety car. Liam Boot has had a moment. And he's Senapati. Is that Senapati? Senapati involved with that one. Maybe some desync, maybe some netcode, but either way, the Haas is out, and that's our first intervention. Just a VSC, though. We just got to wait as Washed coming into the pits, trying to take advantage of the virtual safety car. Will he be trying to do the whole race on hards, I wonder? Oh, and we've got drive-through penalties for a couple drivers here. Is that MD Pro and Miggle, I think, getting drive-through penalties? But yeah, this Sauber, going to try something different on the strategy. Definitely keep an eye out. Jakob Hoffer. Has had a moment out there, and I wonder where he is on the track. Oh, he's had a spin. That is unfortunate for Jakob Hoffer. Just a little bit too aggressive with the rear tyres in that first sector as Sebainkro and Fletch switch positions down at turn 1. And Sebainkro comes out ahead. Fletcher Watson on the outside, though, and Ben closely follows. Those two have got a bit of history at Melbourne. There's a few steward tickets involving those two, but it looks to be all clean for them. As here goes Ben. Round the outside of Fletch. Will Fletch fight this one too hard, or will he play DRS games? He plays DRS games, just tucks in behind the Ferrari, and now he will be the one with DRS. Although, will the Ferrari have DRS off of the back marker? The back marker, actually, probably irritating Fletcher, is John Manning has come in for a super early pit stop. I wonder if he's going to do a 2-stop, or if this is just a super early change to the hard tyres.
A massive undercut.
Yeah, potentially a massive undercut. Linus Strid goes to mirror John Manning's strategy. He comes into the pits. I imagine that would be for hard tyres. And will Ben throw a move into turn 1? No, he does not. And Linus Strid going on to the hards as expected. But Sebainkro down into turn 1, going for the podium here. Big lock up for him. Saar will now look to get a switchback. He looks for the run on the outside, just isn't there, and now gets blocked in by the Ferrari of Ben. They drag wheels a little bit. Marcel kind of shoves Ben to force him to back out. And Ben will stay down in P5 for now. But Ben probably has the better tyres at the moment because he's on that hard compound. Meanwhile, John Manning up into P8.
Damage already.
We'll be looking to put the pressure on the Saar. Comes into the pits. This is the pit window. Pit windows for mediums is now open. And we see off top Elias. Who else we got? Saar, Kevin Gerding, and Max Links all coming into the pits. And that will probably be a change for hard tyres. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 came into the pits, and out they come. Pretty quick pit stop for them. John Manning has just dropped down to P9. Is that correct? Where is John Manning on the track? Uh-oh, what has happened to John Manning? Has he just had a game problem, I wonder? Is he missing another end plate? Is John Manning? Yep. John Manning is missing another end plate. He's got even more front wing damage. What has happened to John Manning? John Manning's race has gone from potentially a powerful strategy to completely thrown away. He's had an incident out there. He tumbled down to P8 or P9 out of nowhere, and he's now going to have to dive into the pit lane. Surely he does for a front wing change. What happened to the Williams? Big incident for Manning.
Linus round the back.
Yep, fight for the top 3. There goes Linus Strid. Going past Washed, all the different strategies starting to converge. Washed, of course, stopped extremely early and is now getting put under pressure by the drivers who stopped later than him. Elias Mohammed now looking to breeze around the outside. Car 77 into Ferrari. Can't get a slipstream. The slipstream currently goes to the Sauber. Will they go 3 wide into the last corner? The Sauber goes for a late lunge up the inside. The Ferrari's going to look to try and follow through on the McLaren. He manages to stick round the outside, but this Sauber is on extremely old hards compared to the other drivers. And now Elias Elias is going to look to get 2 cars in one go. Sometimes the patience pays off. And into turn 1 he goes. The Sauber's going to try round the outside. The Sauber just does not have the grip. Max Verstappen, is that you? Trying to go round the outside of 2 cars. He just does not get it done. And clearly struggling on 10-lap-old hards. He does not have the grip of these guys. But you can see, no confidence, banging walls, banging tyres, and through Elias is going to go. I imagine, surely he's not going to make this too difficult for Ferrari. There he goes, he gets out of the way. And is going to opt to get DRS on Elias down the next 2 straights. So most of these guys on pretty similar strategies, if not the same, apart from Washed, who is actually just re-overtaken 2 cars and really burning some battery there, using DRS to its advantage. And off top, now down to P4 along with Linus Strid. And Wash still trying to defend it from his teammate. Round the outside goes off top. Round the outside goes Linus Strid. James Taylor has retired on track, and that's a safety car. The safety car is out, and Ben has been granted his wish. Potentially Washed has been granted his wish. They've all missed a safety car, so they get to go around again and get a free pit stop. John Manning has been granted his wish. He's back in this race after a mysterious incident happened out there on track.
You're joking, man! Every time we pass the pit lane, this happens, man.
There goes one of the Ferraris into the pits. That's is that Ben coming to the pits. So Elias stays out. He's happy with 4-lap-old hards. Off top it isn't. Everyone else is going to come into the pits here, and Elias is going to be wondering whether he has just made the right decision or not. Still keeping those tyres warm, trying to get the temperature in them. He's surely going to decide to go any moment now. And it's go time for Elias Mohammed. He gets a good start. Ben will be following him though. Max Link is already on the tail, but off top has got an even better start. Is now going to look to put pressure on the McLaren of Linus Strid as they go down into turn 1. There's a Red Bull going pretty deep in the background. That's Saar defending from Fletch and Sabicro behind, but Elias has held on pretty well, followed by Ben, then Max Links, then off top. Saar is going side by side with the junior team of Fletch, and he maybe pushes the Visa Cash App Racing Ball a little bit wide. He hangs on to the position. I imagine they both run off the road. Senapati has had a moment down at the back of the field, but off top has climbed his way up into P4, and he's now going to have to look to get past Max Links on the old hards. Fletch now re-overtaking Saar as they go side by side. It's almost looking to go almost free wide. Oh, there's big contact there. Parts flying off of one of the cars. I couldn't see if that was the Red Bull or the Mercedes, but a big incident between Saar and Sabicro. One of them has got damage, and that is going to affect the rest of their race. They've only got about 7 laps to go here, but they're looking to make it free wide almost as Sabicro is following in the slipstream of the Red Bull. The Red Bull now side by side with the V-carb. Coming down into the last corner, Fletcher Watson on the inside. Sabicro getting a great view of this, but Saar re-overtakes him, and DRS is now re-enabled on this lap. Here is Fletch in the slipstream. Is he pushing to try and overtake? He's pushing to try and defend from Sabicro as they head now down to turn 1. Sabicro re-overtakes Fletch. Fletch loses 2 positions, and as Saar runs deep into turn 1 a little bit, trying to defend from the Mercedes. But who picked up the front wing damage there, if any damage at all? The battery is on for Ben, and he's going to go for it round the outside of the race leader. There goes Ben into the last corner. Elias Mohammed, definitely not a stranger to fighting back though. He'll definitely look to go for this move into turn 1. Potentially he was already recharging the battery and potentially letting his teammate pass, as he's now going to deploy and get past the Ferrari, the other Ferrari who has used all of his battery to overtake. And there goes Elias. So Elias playing the smarter game here as Linus Strid makes his way up into P3. Max Links is starting to tumble down on those older hard tyres, and Fletch has also tumbled down and is losing more positions out there as well. He's almost dropped out of points. As Linus Strid now with the DRS, with the opening in the rear wing, with the battery. Which direction does he go? He goes to the outside line. Elias trying to get the slipstream. His teammate makes a last-ditch attempt to try and help out his companion down in P3, but it's all a bit too late for that, and John Manning has called it a day. But Elias, has he done it again?
Yeah, I mean...
Elias! Big moment. He almost gets front wing damage. I think he's been lucky there just to hit both tyres on the wall and not go nose first. But those tyres are really aging and they're really showing signs of degradation now. His rival had just brought him back into DRS range of his teammate, but now the gap is 2 seconds. And you have to say, is it truly game over now for Elias? That's the reason he had that spin, is he decided to stay out on those hards. Ben has stacked it. Ben has put it in the wall. Elias Mohammed's teammate, who's leading the race and looking really impressive here, has crashed in the Mick Schumacher corner and has retired from the session on track. Race over for Ben. Now that puts Linus Strid in the lead easily in clean air. It does give an extra position back to Elias, but still a 2-second gap and no more teamwork opportunity available for Elias.
Really?
Oh, big slide for Sabine-Crow up the last corner as we now come onto the penultimate lap, and Saar knows it and he opens the DRS. It's probably burning a bit of battery. Actually, Seb managing to stay in front though. Max Link's trying to give a slipstream to his teammates. Down the inside goes Saar and Sabine-Crow. Will Sabine-Crow fight it too hard? Not too hard. He tried to look for a little switchback there potentially, but just tucks back inside, recharging the battery and getting into slipstream. Because Linus Strid has picked the correct strategy and he's had to pace this race. Linus Strid wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Elias Mohammed loses potentially another win and comes home in P2. Max Links gets onto the podium for Red Bull, and then it's Saar, Sabine-Crow, Kevin Yerling. Fletcher Watson does manage to get home in P7 and play a few DRS games. Then off top down in P8. S91, it's only P9 for him, and Jakob Hoffer manages to get back into the points after all of the incidents around of his day.